Hi everybody, welcome to our webinar today. We're going to be talking about Chatter. My name's Maria Douglas and I'm a consultant at Salesforce.
And I'm Natasha Condi. I'm also a Salesforce consultant.
So Chatter, we're going to go through a little bit about how we use it at Salesforce and also how it can help remove emails and reduce emails.
And how it can improve communication between employees.
That's right. Yeah. So first of all, we just want to show you a very quick video. It's quite a well-known video, I think, but it's just a good way to illustrate quite quickly. It's only a minute long, just over a minute, on how a decision using email can go a little bit astray.
Business practices that refuse to die. Number 44, email trees. Let's keep this simple. You need to make a decision, but need the input from 4 team members. So you draft an email and send it to the team. Person number 1 replies to all. So does person number 2. But 3 and 4 only reply back to you. In addition, unbeknownst to you, person number 4 emails person number 5 who thinks they should have a say in the decision as well. Person number 5 replies to everyone. You gather all the feedback and send a synopsis back out to everyone. You also receive emails from persons number 1 and 2 asking why number 5 was included in on the discussion. You reply back to them that, although not ideal, it'll be okay. Person number 5 also forwarded the email to person number 6, who at this time also replied to all, but didn't get the last email. So, to include her, you forward her the last email and CC everyone else just to let them know that person number 6 was in on the discussion now too. You now email everyone with a final decision and want their buy-in. Person number 6 asks for one small change. You agree, make the change, and email everyone again for an agreement. Everyone emails you that they agree. By the end of this madness, 61 emails have been sent to make one decision. That certainly is not collaboration at its finest. How can we avoid this in the future?
Well, that's not an efficient way to make a decision, is it? Using email. You can see that it can go astray and people can get left out of the loop. So I'm going to pass you over to Natasha and she's going to talk a little bit about Chatter.
Chatter is a collaboration tool in Salesforce where people could connect, engage, share files, share knowledge. It's often neglected by clients, but it's always been a part of Salesforce, and it's been very useful, especially for us sales picks. And we're gonna tell you things about how we use Chatter.
That's right. So first of all, I think it's just to put it into context. Everybody knows Facebook.
Yeah.
And Chatter is just like Facebook. You can set up your profile, so you can have a picture, you can
add more information about you, so just like Facebook, you can mention somebody.
That's
you can also comment, put a comment or like a post.
So in the simplest term, just think of it like Facebook, except it's for business. It's within Salesforce for Salesforce records or people within Salesforce.
It's very simple to use. The interface is very user-friendly. It also reduces email traffic, so you don't have to worry about sending an email. It's all going to be in Chatter.
That's right. It's also something that you can use anywhere, as in it's mobile, so you can use it on your phone. You don't have to have your computer with you. Sometimes it's not quite as easy. If you're trying to send an email and you've got to send it to a huge group of people and you're trying to do it on your phone, it's far easier to do a Chatter message and just mention the group of people.
Yes. But as long as you have internet connection, it could be accessible everywhere or anywhere.
That's right. Yeah. It keeps everybody in the loop too. I just referred to it just before that, when you're sending an email and you're wanting to send it to everybody in the company or everybody in a department, the sales team, you've got to remember all those people that are in that team.
Yes.
So a real advantage of having Chatter is that if you have the predefined group, so sales team, you can just mention that sales team, and you're not going to miss someone out because it's highly offensive.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about re-adding people every time you send an update.
Yeah. And because you can feel really sad when everyone has received an email except you. So it just prevents that from happening. It just keeps everybody in the loop.
Yeah, and it's also part of Salesforce, so you don't have to pay additional money for it.
That's right. And it's also really simple to set up. In fact, there's not a lot that you have to do to just start using Chatter. There are some extra features that you can enable, and we'll talk a bit more about that later. But it's just there. And some clients have actually asked to remove it. Oh, we don't need that. And it's just something to consider, even if it's just a small team, because the information that can help people can be more valuable, whether you're a small team or a large team.
How do we use it in SalesFix? First, it helps us manage our projects, so we can post update about our project. We can mention somebody if there's any update or if there's any question we want to ask about that project.
Yeah, quite often as a squad leader, I like to keep up to date with my team's projects and making sure they're on track. So I'll mention the lead consultant or the person responsible for a particular task to make sure it's on track if I've got any questions. Or quite often, if that information has been recorded in Chatter, I can just see the story there without having to actually reach out and go and ask. I can also like the comments or
I do that.
And that's something actually that is a good thing to do is when you do get a post to a group to like the comment, because that gives the person that has posted it some feedback to say that you've read it.
Yes.
And you've liked it. Sometimes it would also be good to have a dislike, but
I don't know about that.
I guess it's just sometimes, you think you want to acknowledge that you've read it, but you don't necessarily like it.
You don't like it, yeah. Another thing is that I've always used is when I'm managing cases as well, because we receive cases for SalesFix, and it's been very useful when posting updates or if I want to know about what happened to this case, I just mention somebody, or if I want to assign that case to somebody and then give them some information about it. It's very easy and everything is in one place. I don't have to go to different files or different location. Everything is in one place.
That's right. And it's relevant to just that case, not a big general pot. And another thing, I guess, when it comes to anything but cases in particular, is that you can ask a question. So if you're not sure on how to fix a problem, you can reach out to people and ask, can anybody help me with this?
Yeah.
Which can be quite useful. And also the other thing is if you've got a community, you can chat with your customers on that case. So in real time, you can collaborate on the particular issue, or it might not even be an issue, it might be a request for us to make a change. Collaborate on that without having to go backwards and forwards with a series of emails.
Emails and calls, just use
calls. And you're having to log calls, so then you're having to look in lots of different places. So it's just better to have that complete picture, that complete story, again, that record.
It also helps us manage opportunities. So if our sales team uses Chatter quite often to follow sales activities and also have the visibility into the conversations that went into the cycle. Yeah,
that's right. And it can also be useful for us as consultants, because when we come to actually implement the projects that that information, we can refer to that. So we've got the whole picture right within Salesforce. Okay. Groups. Shall we talk about groups?
Groups, yeah. We often use groups in Chatter. So we got that Sales Fix training group where you just post articles or videos or slide decks for anything about training within Salesforce.
Yeah, and that's really handy because it's sort of our go-to repository of training material. But if any of us have seen a good webinar or a good training article or training, we'll post it in the training group so that everybody can have a look at it. So it's like putting the best of the best because there's so much training material out there.
And it's all in one place. I mean, you don't have to look into your emails. Okay, I think I remember someone sending this training material and it's really good, and I have to look into my emails looking for that training material. Everything is in one place.
That's right.
Just go to
search for it.
Yeah,
you can search for it. So if you can go, okay, I need to learn how to use Chatter. I can search for that in Salesforce and it will come up with a lot of stuff probably.
Yes. And we can also create groups that are private. So we can have like a public group, which is available for everybody, which that are in Salesforce. And then we can also have like private for sensitive, if you have any sensitive information that you want to talk about or sensitive projects, you can have like a private group in Chatter.
Yeah, that's right. So that's important because obviously you've got to be conscious of information that you're sharing, and you don't want everybody to see everything. So the fact that you can make the group private is a really good feature, an important feature.
We use that in Salesforce. I think you've got the leadership private group.
Yeah, we do, and I think there's a sales private. Not that that's confidential information, but it's just handy to. You don't want to be bombarded and be part of every single group either.
True. Yeah.
You've got to be mindful of that. Another group we have is interesting webs and blog posts. I like that one because there's so much information that you can read up on, but you never have time. So it's a good place to post it. You think, oh, I'd like to read that at some point, post it into the Chatter group and you can come back to it, but also other people can share that and read it as well. So
that's right, yes. And because some of the consultants know something and others don't. So that's a really good way to actually inform everybody of what you know. Yeah,
I agree. There's another feature in Chatter that I like, and it's the thank you feature. We don't use it often enough inside our own instance, but it is there, and it's just a way to reach out to colleagues and thank them. In a nice way, you can give them a badge, you can make a message, it will make them feel good. It's just a great thing to do.
You can thank them or you can compliment them. That's really good. It's not just for your colleagues, but also for the whole team. You can put a badge for your whole team for just being amazing. That's
such a great thing, especially in these times when we're all starting to get a little bit down. It's just a nice thing to do. It's a really good way to engage your organisation and encourage them to participate, because it's very easy to take a back seat. You always get the people that are active, that are posting blogs, at mentoring people, and then you get the quiet ones in the background that might be reading all these things but not necessarily participating. So if you can encourage them by rewarding them with a simple thank you and a badge, that can just provide a little bit of motivation to make them participate more. And if they participate more, they'll feel more valued and be happier.
Yeah, makes people feel good. Yep.
Yeah, so it is important to try and promote that. And that's an easy way to do it. really.
There's another one which is we can use for fun and at the same time for work. We've used this so many times in sales. Fix the polls. Yeah. So, what do you want for lunch? Do you want Asian food or Japanese food? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty important one. But it can be used for more important decisions too. It might be we had a great meeting this week, and let's decide which is the priority for the week. Is it, I don't know, this product A or product B? Make a choice. I can't think of a really good example, but it can be a business situation. But it can also just be where should we go for a Christmas party?
One of the use cases for chatter that we do in SalesFix, but there are other use cases. So we've got approvals. So you can approve or reject in chatter as well. So you don't have to send an email notification. You can do it within chatter.
Yeah, that could be handy. Yeah, it just needs to be enabled in a background setting. And also, if you don't want to receive the email as well.
Yeah, you have to disable.
But
notification.
That can be just, again, it's within Salesforce and you can get notified on your mobile, but reduce that email clutter. Also out of office. I don't know why we don't do that. It's maybe we should. But you can put it out of office so that if anyone that mentions you, it will notify that person that you're away. It's just a good practice to adopt.
Yes.
I think
it works like the email out of office. So you can write a post and then you can specify the dates that they're going to be out of office. And then, every time someone posted, I'd mention you, they get that out of office message.
Yeah, that's right. And again, it's just improving communication because it could be a bit frustrating if you're in a big organization and even an international organization and you're on the other side of the world, you wouldn't know if that person was away or not. So it can be quite a good thing to actually adopt.
Yeah. And then another one that is useful is inviting outside that are not in your company. So they can be part of groups as well. So if you've got like training materials, you can invite someone outside your company and then look at those training materials. But they will not see any other groups unless they are added into it.
Right.
So privacy. Yeah.
Okay, so that can be really good.
Chatter has so benefits to organization. It keeps everyone in the loop, improve internal communication. Everything is in one place, which increases efficiency.
Yeah, I really do think that it can make you more productive. It certainly reduces your email. It can tell a story on a record that's relevant. So I think it's just something that everybody should adopt if they've got Salesforce.
Yeah.
So I think that's about it for today. Thanks very much for listening to us. I hope you found the information useful. And have a great Thursday.